The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Watch the slant, watch the slant.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. The tackle there by Mark Barron.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a pass here caught by Edelman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Good track. Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go. Hands up.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Being chased out left. This to C.J. Ham, the fullback. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
7 yards there and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. All the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Chris Carson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes, he's going deep for Brook, and that's caught inside the 35. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that? And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Throwing, Dalton. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way inside the Oakland 20 into the red zone. A big play there for KC. 64 yards. So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Mike, check, 59. Here we go. Mike, 15. Mike, 59.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Kill. Attack. 59's Mike. Check, 59. Hey, check. Mike's 5'9".
They'll run. It's Henry. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal.
I got you. Yellow.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
59 mark, check, 59. Yo.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
These two teams all tied after one. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, Mahomes to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And all the way down to the 35. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding. 2nd down, Dalton. Got an open man, it's Michael Gallup. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this.
Switch up.
On 1st down, it's Carson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
This is Carson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
93, 52, 93.
Andy Dalton. Forced out to his left. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Dalton. Flush to his right. Sideline throw. That's caught. Julian Edelman. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
And now here comes Kansas City. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check 59, Mike.
From just shy of midfield, Mahomes into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Byron Murphy, the rookie from Washington. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Well, they got the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Go! Let's go!
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Pin the mirrors back and go full straight. Hey, 57, 57. Dude, fellas, let's go. Check. Hey, Mike, 59.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Watch the pass. 56. Mike. 56.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season.
54.
On 2nd and 7, Dalton. And the tight end, Olsen, right side. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Lorenzo Alexander wreaking the defensive havoc. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Pick your game up. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Check.
Hey, seam 6. 368.
Crunch time, defense.
Over here.
53 to Mike.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? Throwing the out route incomplete. That's McKenzie. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
15.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Now here's Mahomes. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Darnell Savage that time who was able to knock it away.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Mike, 59. All right, T, let's turn. All right, T.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He finds his target, Fuller. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. It's David Long, the rookie from Michigan, who picked it. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The final act of the first half, Dalton. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll sit, you want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check. 15.
Cross. Hey, switch gears.
It's complete to Brown, right side. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Hey, 43, 15. Hero, 15.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that 1st down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. but it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Now, we had the fumble last week. Now, here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Dancing to his left. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 33 yards that time. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But
nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. He's at the 50, the 40, the 20, 10. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded at the goal line. Through an opening, and there he goes. The 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Bruce Ellington, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Well, they got the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin the drive with Coleman, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He gets it to Brown. Good play. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Mahomes now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10.
43.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman, and this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
Hey, 43, 15.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes, and the Raiders have got him. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Hey, got 4 down.
1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
Yellow.
56. Check 56. Brilliant. Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Come back. 57 color. Get out top.
Check 99. Check 99. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Attack. Stop here, D. What?
Mahomes now to throw. On the move to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Play action here with Dalton. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Dontari Poe picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
6-man.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Steps away to his left. He's got a man complete. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Isaiah McKenzie with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Looking to throw is Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. DK Metcalf, 77 yards. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will shave one more off this lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. On 1st down, it's Carson. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
They go play action here on 1st down. Being chased out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Mark Barron in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch.
Now Dalton. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 22 yards there, a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll run on first down. Carson, he's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 28-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Mike.
Dalton, 1st and 10. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. A gain of 6 there on first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
To throw again on 2nd down. Dalton under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Mark Barrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Dalton here from the gun. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check it out, check it out. Deuce, 66. Bullet high.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Show it up. Show it up.
Hey, 15. 15.
Mahomes going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. That's going to be caught. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Now Mahomes. Forced out to his... And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 2-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Hands up. Wait.
Right there. 54 Mike. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey.
Easy, 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 easy. Hands up.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And Olsen over the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Not running. Dalton wants to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Dayon Buchanan. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. Dalton now to pass.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
It's now fourth down and goal.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on fourth down. Bailey's kick is good, and that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
We won it. Come to my work. Attack, attack.
51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
No, you're just.
51 Mike. Mike 51.
No chance.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Oakland, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man. Oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. Yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man.